Hello everyone, welcome to Mini Madness. This is a new microphone, by the way, so please let me know how it sounds. But we are here with Mini Madness, of course. It's the morning splits. Apologies if I sound very tired. I was up late last night. And you can see who is in this morning split right here. We've obviously got a few more drivers this time, and we actually have 2 morning splits as well. So we've got an extra split in the rounds today. It shows you the increased participation from last time. But you can see here we got VLX Quinton, Din 1307, we have Tuv Moo, I'm Crazy, Mikey Michaelton, Trevo Nick, Reordinator, sounds like a robot from Robot, what was that? Reordinator, Booglar, Beanop 9001, Magic's here, Jackery Q, Man United FC Monte, or MUFC of course, and then we've got Adamore 391. So they're our drivers, but before we actually jump to the actual lobby, let's just have a look at the championship, and let's just show you how close that championship actually is. So as you can see here, we're actually starting on page 4 here, which is not very well organised, is it? But you can see page 4 there, right at the bottom. So we're starting at 5 points for some of these drivers, but in about 5 seconds time, there we go. That wasn't 5 seconds, obviously. You can see the championship leaders there. We have a tie for first at the moment. GT Alex, Swarguy and Jomas all up there. Very close, as you can see, 65 to 43. And if you want more information about the point system and how it works, do check out the description. It is all in there. Now, I suppose, now we've seen all the pages of the championship, I think we should go to the lobby. Let's do it now. As you can see, everybody, I think, is actually here. Thankfully, we have a lot of drivers here. So qualifying will begin in about 6 minutes time. We'll take you through some of the cars on circuit. Of course, this championship is not just about championship. We have some cracking liveries. People go out their way for these liveries. First of all, we have Din, of course, in... Oh my word, thanks for that donation. Whoever's just done that, apologies. We don't show donations on the commentary. I haven't seen who it is, but thank you all the same. But we have Din in the Guinness Mobile. And yeah, going to look absolutely amazing, of course. We then have Monte in a unicorn rainbow sort of livery there. From South Africa, Monte. It's truly a global championship, this. Anybody can enter. The last time for entries is very soon, so if you do want to enter this championship, make sure you enter as quick as possible. We've got Booglar in that livery again, the rainbow livery. We've got a very colourful liveries here, actually. Let's go to Reordinator now. Interesting livery. Oh, the Rally Monte Carlo. Oh, there we go. We're going full history here. Full history with Reordinator and that mini livery there. We've just not lost somebody. We've just got a change. So we've got the EcoBoost Mini in. So it's the Ford Mini Cooper, or the Ford Cooper, should we say? Actually, it's Ford Cooper S. It's got the EcoBoost engine. We'll see how that performs in the. It doesn't really. Honestly, it doesn't. We'll see how that performs later on. Cheers, Mad Andy. Absolute legend. We have Quinton in the Volex livery, of course. VLX very well represented in this championship. As we then go to Tuv with a Heineken livery there. Heineken livery. Ria Donator. Okay, thank you, Christian. Thank you. That does yes, that makes a lot more sense actually now I'm reading it. Fantastic. But we do have Tuv here in sort of like green with Heineken on there. And of course the national flag on there as well. So who have we not looked at so far? Trevo Nick. Let's have a look at Trevo Nick's livery. We need to get on board with Trevo Nick, I think. Nope, we can't see it. Can we have a better camera, please? Gran Turismo camera gurus. No. Here we go. This is Mini Madness. This is what it's all about. The Razor practice lobby, I think Naked Wookiees got one up for those that are interested in practicing for their splits. So I can't really tell what's going on with that livery. Sorry, Trevor Nick. We'll see more in the race. Oh, we might see more here actually. What's on the side here? Cooper Car Co. Oh, okay, interesting. We've got a nice old number plate on there as well. So who haven't we seen? Jackery Q. Oh, we missed Jackery Q. There we go. Let's go to Jackery. Got a red Mini Cooper here. Let's have a look on the side. What we got on sponsors? We've got Total. I think that was Marlboro as well. We're back to the old F1 days. Jackery come into here. Got Pirelli on there as well. So then we go to... We had a look at Binop earlier, I think. No, we didn't. I'm lying. Got the American flag on top. Now, we did see that last time with the Scots. The Scots were all over the place in terms of their flags on top. They were everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. We've got a US flag there this time. You can zoom in with triangle. I did not know that. Is that just a different cameras? Well, I'm learning something new myself. But there's been up. So let's go a bit further down. Magic's here. Again, another, see, nationalities represented here. Let's get that off. And all sorts. Wow. Well, if you've not got a sponsor on that car, unlucky. There's no more room for it. There's absolutely tons on there. You name it, it's on there. And then we have Adamore. Again, a Scottish flag on top. So the Scots are in this one as well. As we're going to prepare for qualifying now. Qualifying is going to be 2 flying laps. So literally, I will just type that in chat just so they know. Two flying laps. Let's change it over. Let's get ready for qualifying, guys. I don't want to go to track. So, they're free to go out. Going to on variable. Standard's better, is it not? That's what I've always assumed. So we wait for them to go on circuit, and then we will pay attention to times. In fact, this is the one time I actually want racing all information on. Let's have a look at these times that are going to happen here in qualifying. So Crazy's out first in the EcoBoost Mini Cooper, followed by Bugler. Then I have Tuv coming out next, followed by Quinton. Magic's here. Now, there's a Slipstream. Slipstream is on weak. It does make a difference, Slipstream. It's not huge, but it does make a difference. And of course, in the race, we have Boost on as well. Boost is there in case somebody gets absolutely ploughed to Narnia. They can still get back in the action and race. The leader can still get away as well. That's why the settings are set up the way they are. And that's why it's open to all drivers. We have a range of DRs in here, from DRD to DRA+. See a bit more of that Mini Cooper now. Trevor Nick going full on sideways in that Mini Cooper. Apologies if you can hear me drinking, guys. I'm trying to get caffeine into my body as fast as humanly possible. So we're going to get ready for a lap. Now, I can't remember which one's the bonnet cam. There we go. Let's go for a lap with Buglar here. So you start on the start-finish straight, of course, as always. And you head down towards this first corner. Short left-hander. Use this corner on every layout of Sardegna here. But as you come down here, you're going to brake around the 50-metre board, as you see here, and you're going to chuck it in. You're going to try and use the banking of the curb to your advantage there. You're going to exit out that corner, and then it's just flat out then to the next sharp turn, which is coming up. Now, this next corner is the trickiest corner on the circuit, and it's where you can gain the most time. So you're looking for around a 77, 78 mile an hour apex speed. You want to brake and trail brake in a little bit here. Bugler goes for the rolling method here. Rolls through the corner, has gone off. As I say, it's the trickiest corner on the circuit. And continues on down the hill. Now, down here is flat out, and we're going to go all the way up now to the hairpin, the very last corner on the circuit. And you've got to get this really right, this line. So you've got to go really tight to the right hand side. You've got to keep it tight to the right, brake, and then turn in, and then hope the weight shifts a little bit there. You see that weight shift for Buglar, and exit out of that corner. A little bit slow on the apex speed, but still leaves that corner. And as we go to Crazy actually behind, Crazy's had a bit of a slipstream here, so Crazy on for a good lap here on the first race of the day here with Mini Madness, round number 2, and Crazy crosses the line, a 17.2. That is a very fast lap, very, very fast lap to start us off here. So we've got another close battle on track. So Quinton goes on to P2. What did Quinton get in terms of time? 18.4, so a big gap for Crazy at this moment in time. We've got a few more cars crossing the line here. Trevor Nick goes into P2 there as we continue going back further down the order. So we've got Monte here. See what Monte does in terms of lap time, and we'll have a look at the live timing screen as well as we head towards the line. What's Monte going to get here? Followed by Din there. Ireland represented. Just a 35, so Monte's had a big error somewhere. Let's go to that live timing screen. Let's have a look at what's happening around the circuit. We've got a purple for Crazy there in Sector 1, and Din was actually the fastest in that Sector 2. In fact, it's not purple now for Crazy, it's just updated. So, interesting. Quinton actually got the fastest first sector now. So, Quinton on for a good lap here. So, I think we'll jump on board with Quinton. Oh, somebody's given up already. Or they've had enough, actually. So, Quinton's had a bit of slipstream here. Quinton could be on for a good lap. Is Quinton going to improve himself? He's got 1.2 seconds to find somewhere on this lap as we head towards the line. What's Quinton going to do? It's a 15. This is 16. It's an improvement to P4 at this moment in time. We'll see what's happening further back. Buglar has finished there. This is where I've got to guess where people are. We'll go on with a Jackery Q here. Leaves that last corner. Quinton P12. 3 seconds to find on the lap. Looks like it might be an improvement this as we head towards the line. It's an 18. It's a 19. Is it going to be an improvement? It's not quite an improvement there. So Buglar has struggled there, it looks like. Crazy with the 17.2. That's a very fast lap, that. An extremely fast lap. As we just wait. I think there's one more person crossing the line there. I'm not 100% sure who that was. But that's your final qualifying standings then. It's going to be Crazy from Ria Donator. We've got that right this time. So Rio Donator actually got into P2 there. We got Din in P3, Quinton P4, Michael turning P5, Trevor Nick in P6, Binop in P7, Tuv in P8, Magic Tay in P9, Adamo in P10, Jackery P11, Monte P12. In fact, no, Buglar's going to jump in on P9. Buglar went to the pits. Please don't go to the pits, guys. Stay out on circuit. So Buglar's going to jump up to P9. So Monte is actually going to be starting at the rear of the field. Right. Let's forget about this now. Let's get racing. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's go. It's time for the race. The first race of the day here with Mini Madness. Let's get ready for some absolute cracking action. Here we go. You can see the grid lined up here. So it's Crazy, then Rear Donator, Din, Quinton, Mikey, Trevo, Nick, Binop, Tuv, Buglar, Magic here, Adam, Jackery, and Monte. 13 cars as we get ready for the start of this race. You could just see in the distance the lights going. There is some skill to this start as we get ready. There's 3 lights, there's 4 lights, there's 5 lights. And we're racing here at Sardegna Layout C. Let's see what happens here with these 4 laps. Crazy starting to go defensive straight away. Looks like Din's had a fantastic start here. Trying to go down the middle here as we head towards turn 1. It's going to be Crazy, Din and Rear Donator. 3 wide, and further back we've got 4 wide as well as we head towards first corner on the sprint race here. Crazy defending down the inside. Is he going to keep the position? Does indeed. Further back, we've got a little bit of contact there. Quinton's going to run wide. Quinton runs wide here. Comes back on circuit. Going to have to be careful there as we continue on. Crazy, Rear Donator, Din. They're your top 3. Further back, we've got 3 wide. A lot of cars wide as we head towards the left-hander. The line of stern up ahead in those top 3 positions. as we come in 3 wide into this left-hander. This is not going to go well. It didn't in practice, at least. Everyone survives. Brilliant racing, guys. Oh, a little bit of action further back. Magic Tears fallen off the circuit there as we continue down the hill. And we're going to jump to the lead pack here and see if anyone makes a move coming into the hairpin. This is where we're expected to see a lot of moves today. No moves made there initially. A lot Crazy's run wide. A little bit of contact with Din and Rear Donator. Rear Donator gets into the lead. Din on the inside. As we look further back, all sorts of action happening there. Rear Donator going to the left-hand side. Crazy following in P2. Din in P3. Mikey in P4. There's a 4-way battle there for your lead. Benop's a bit further back. And then much further back here, we've got all sorts happening here as we continue on down the straight. So Magic's here is down in P13. Monte's moving up the field as well. Let's jump to your lead battle. It's Rear Donator still leading the way from Crazy, from Din, from Mikey. As we jump to Booglar now. Booglar's made it through there. We're still 2 wide here. Trevor Nick's going to be in the gravel a little bit. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Little bit of contact. Oh, Jackery manages to hold on to it. Fair play with that one as we continue on round again to this really technical corner. Turn number 4. And Tuv on the inside of Quinton here. Round they go. And Quinton runs off. Quinton is off again. Quinton's been off. Quinton, it's not rallying, mate. We're on tarmac. Let's go. As we continue on, it's Rear Donator from Crazy, Din, Mikey. It's 4-way battle for the lead. As we continue on, further back, you can see the battling happening there. Rear Donator. Oh, Crazy's gone for the move down the inside. Is it going to work? Doesn't quite work. Rear Donator still leading the way here from Crazy, Din, Mikey. That's going to be a cracking 4-way battle towards the end of the race. Oh, Monte's run extremely wide there. Gone to Narnia as they continue out of the last corner now. Rear Donator's got a big gap here. 7 tenths. He's going to keep that lead as we go further back. It's side-by-side action with Crazy and Din as they cross the line. Who's going to get P2 as they head towards the first corner? It looks like Din's going to get this. Is Din going to move across? No, Din stays defensive. Crazy in that slipstream of Rear Donator though. As they come into the first corner, Crazy keeps that position. What a move by Crazy round the outside there. As we jump further back, oh, it's still 2-3 wide. We see this every time we race Mini Madness. The mid-pack is actually mad as we continue on out of that corner. Jackery Q back up into P7. Had dropped down a little bit earlier on with a contact that was on the rear as they come into this left-hander again. 3 wide. Oh, Monte's had an absolute whopper of an incident. Somebody on the inside as well. Adamo and Monte, they've had a big incident, but go towards the lead battle now. Rear Donator's gone down to P4. I'm not sure what's happened there. We'll see if we can watch a replay of that shortly. But Crazy now leading the way from Din, from Mikey. Rear Donator's in there as well. Rear Donator could bring in Booglar, but not Jackery Q in there as well. It could bring in the entire field. Further back, it looked like there was some action there. There was indeed. Jackery Q, Quinton, Magic here, Trevor, Nick, they're all there. Magic here's going to have a very good run out that last corner because he ran it really wide and sort of got really good shoot out the corner. They head towards the line. There's Magic here going down the inside of 2 cars potentially as they cross the line. Let's see, is there going to be a move here? Crazy goes defensive for the final lap. We then have Din and Mikey in there as well. Is Crazy going to keep this position? He's defended very well so far, does indeed, as round there they go. So everybody line astern then through there as we go further back. Magic here, just keep it out. It's still a bit too wide there. I would like to see what happened to Rear Donator quickly if we can. Because Rear Donator, oh, had a penalty. Moved over with the penalty as well. So that's what happened to Rear Donator. Oh no, kept in position. And then let everybody go. So fair play to Rear Donator. Hit the wall as well, but survives all the same. Let's go to that lead battle now. It's Crazy, it's Din, it's Mikey, it's Rear Donator. Who is going to get the win here? We're going to follow this lead battle all the way to the finish. It's Crazy from Din. Din goes down the inside, up towards the hairpin. Going to have the outside line though. Crazy on the inside. Crazy losing the rear a little bit there. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Mikey's coming round the inside. Mikey has just done, oh my word, Mikey could get the win here in the PG Tips machine as he heads towards the line. It's going to be Mikey from Crazy. What a move on the last corner. Mikey's going to get the win here. The first race win. Crazy, then Rear Donator, then Din. My word, all sorts of action for Booglar P5, Quinton P6, Tovin P7, Banopi P8, Jackery P9, Monte P10. Adam in P11, Magic Terry in P12, and Trevo Nick in P13. My word! Mikey with the move at the end. That was unbelievable racing. Congratulations to Mikey there in the PG Tips machine. Wrong kind of tea bags, but we'll let you go on that one. Wow, fantastic racing here. We actually missed that PG Tips machine earlier on as well, so nice of Mikey to get that victory. So we will just change the race settings now. So we're going to 12 laps, everybody, and the feature is a reverse grid based on previous race results. So they have a 5-minute cooldown warm-up. If anybody has any sort of problems with incidents, etc., incident reports, I will get my words out there eventually, they can put that in the Discord and I can investigate it as well as other stewards. There are some other stewards. They haven't been announced yet, but there are other stewards that can help me with that. But my word, what a fantastic first race that was, guys. Mikey at the end, literally on the inside after a little incident between Crazy and Din, and got that victory. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, there was a worry for contact, as Chris has said in chat. Fortunately, there was little contact there, but you always could get a little bit of rubbing here. And as Crazy said, the rear just snapped. You get a lot of weight transfer here. So we'll see what happens. Trevor Nick 6th to 12th on the last corner. That is unfortunate. But wow, what? I cannot believe that first race. We'll see what happens in the feature race. So for those new to Mini Madness, the feature race is literally reverse grid based on the previous race results. And Mikey won that first sprint race. Now goes to the back in the feature race. So then you go, well, wouldn't Mikey be better just come in last in the sprint race to then dominate the feature race? The points are set up so you can't actually do that very well. So yes, he could do that, but it's not worthwhile doing, trust me. And with these settings, everything is to play for. We saw last time a few guys go from the back. I think Jomas had the biggest gap to make in terms of the amount of drivers on the grid from the back to the front. It is possible to be done in these races, so let's see what happens. So we do have a 5-minute cooldown warm-up, sort of cooldown for those that have just got sweaty, want to go to the toilet or whatever it might be, or warm-up if you just want to get a little bit more practice in before the feature race. Any questions in chat, please do fire them. We have had warning. How long have you been building your channel on GT Sport? The channel's been around since 2011. We're not really trying to build it, it's just here if you want to enjoy some entertainment. So it does generally grow, but it is what it is. So let's have a look at some of these cars. We have seen all the cars now. We did miss Mikey's original PG Tips machine, so I do apologise to Mikey. But we get to see that now, the PG Tips machine that should be Yorkshire tea. But yes. My word, I can't believe that race. Actually can't believe that race. Good morning to everyone. Or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Believe it or not, Benop from the US is racing at 4 AM there, his time. 4 AM. The dedication to Mini Madness is real. Absolutely real. Tips to quickly raise SR. Sit at the back and just chill. So yeah, full respect to Benop. Honestly, full respect to Benop. 4 AM. 4 AM. So we'll have a look at the championship again just while we wait. So we start at page 1 there, so you can see the standings again. I might slow them down just a tad. If we can. So there we go. So there's page 1. So you can see that Buglar, obviously in this race. So is Crazy. So there's a few guys there that you need to keep up for. So it's Quinton actually. Quinton had a bad race, and Quinton's up there in the championship. To go further down, page 2 of the championship. So do keep an eye out for your name. Give yourself a shout out in chat. if you spot your name. So we then go to page 3. Some more of the drivers that you've seen. In fact, none of the drivers actually in this race are in that one. And then we have our final page. So best 4 of 6 rounds count. So you only have to do 4 rounds if you can't make all of them. Of course, if you only sign up now, you have to make the last 4 rounds. And there are your final drivers in the championship. Right. We're going to get ready for the race. So Trevor Nick was the driver who... where is Trevor Nick? Oh, he's in P2 there. So, we have had 5 minutes. Let's get ready. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. So Trevor Nick is going to be starting on pole. I believe he said he... Oh no, did he say 6 to 12? We'll find out in a second. I can't remember who came last. That race was nuts. Oh, it's Adam Orr who he started on pole here. No, it's Trevor Nick. I was right with Trevor Nick. They have very similar cars. So we get ready for 12 laps here at the Sardegna Layout C. The feature race here. 12 laps of absolute madness. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go here to start the first feature race of the day. And let's see what happens in terms of the starts. Looks like someone's making moves back there already. Mikey already making moves. Magic's here. Oh, Trevor Nick's had a terrible start, so Magic's here. Straight into the lead here. Monte following suit. Monte really trying to make some moves here. Could go to the inside potentially. Gonna have to look at the radar. Does indeed. Monte go for the move down the inside at turn 1 on the first lap of this race. Is he going to get it done? Oh, he does indeed. What a move by Monte. I'm not sure where Monte came from actually. It must have been around P4 sort of area. But a cracking start there by Monte as they continue on round. As they get ready for that really technical corner again. As I say, it's a really hard corner. We saw in practice lots of people going off on this corner. So let's see what happens here in the mid-pack. Who survives, who doesn't. Looks like Adamo's gone off here. Oh, Adamo's into the barrier. Huge incident. Oh, big incident there. Hits Benop as well. Oh, 2 big incidents. We'll have to have a look at the replay there. Lots of carnage going on. I think there's been a huge hit there with Tuv as well. The fortunate thing is they do have boost on, so they are able to catch up. So big incident there on this first lap. As we continue on now, Monte leading the way from Trevor Nick. Then Magic's here. Quinton in P4. Jackery Q in P5, but not in P6. Even though he got hit on that first lap, he's still possible... or he still made it happen to get into P6. Let's go further back. 4 wide. There's your race winner of the sprint race at least. Going 4 wide as we head towards the first corner here. Mikey, rear donator. Din, I'm crazy. 4 wide into turn 1. I'm not sure this works. They go 2 by 2. It turns into the arc. And rear donator and Mikey clip the grass there. Rear donator a little bit more so. So Mikey going to go down the inside of rear donator there. Round they go. Up to P10. Monte still leading away from Trevor Nick as well. We'll jump to that battle in a second as we come to the technical left-hander again, side by side. Oh, rear donator ran the outside. My word, what a move there. Buglar a little bit off. Let's jump to the lead battle. Monte's actually pulling a gap here. 1.3 seconds to Trevor Nick. Trevor Nick's got a penalty. Should be able to get that off during the race. As we jump further back, there's all sorts of action going on back here in this mid-pack. Oh, Adamo's a little bit off here as well. As we come up towards the hairpin, you have to be careful of that weight transfer. It's a big weight transfer here in the minis as they come into the hairpin. A little bit of contact here and there, but they're all surviving so far. Oh, a little bit of a tag there on the rear of Adamo there. As we head to a start-finish line again, it's Monte from Quinton, and Monte's actually broken that slipstream gap, so potentially could try and break away here. We then have Trevor Nick in P3. Where's Magic here gone? Down to P9. What on earth's happened there? I did have a look at the lap 1 incident more so, but I'm not sure what happened to Magic here, but Magic here has dropped all the way down. A little bit of contact here and there. As we come through turn 1 now, Monte really leading the way. As they then go into this left-hander. And it's all looking very, very good at the moment for Monte in that P1 position. As we come into the left-hander here, following Magic's here. Round they go. They survive 2 wide. Fair play to everybody. Oh, Tuff's making a move there in P10 on Mikey. Mikey's trying to make his way through the field. Keeps that position. Tuff's going to have a little bit of weight transfer. Excuse me. As we continue on towards the hairpin once again. Lovely camera that. We can see everybody going for action. Oh, big hit there between Jackery Q and Rear Donator. Just needs to break a little bit earlier there, Jackery. As we continue out that corner, someone's going in the pits. What's happening there? As we continue on, let's have a look at this gap between Monte and Quinton. That's coming down here. Monte has broken away, but Quinton wants to close that gap down, and it looks like he might be in slipstream just here. Trevonik in P3, followed by Banop, followed by everybody else. 3, 4 wide. Here we go. Turn 1 once again into the first corner. Who's going to survive this one? Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. A little bit of contact. Big accident, I think. As we continue out, Mikey dropped down to P13. And we're going to have a look at the lap 1 incident in a little while. But Crazy leading this big, big mid-pack battle here. As we continue on, we've got Kiwis. We've got Australians. We've got all sorts in here in terms of nationalities. Literally global. As we continue out of that corner, everything's looking okay as we go to the lead battle. That's getting closer as well. Let's have a look at that turn, lap 1 incident. So I'm not sure who it was between, so we'll try and go P5. So it was with Adam in there as well. There's a few people caught up in it. So here you can see the incident sort of having an impact there. Lots of weight transfer happening here. So into the wall a few people went. Then that forced somebody else off there. I think that was Tuv. And then Rear Donator comes back on. So then they all sort of calm down. Lots of little taps in there and everywhere, which then caused that sort of incident to barrel up a little bit, like a domino effect essentially. But here are your first and second place drivers at the moment. Monte and Quinton with an absolutely huge gap of 4.7 seconds. So it could be between these two for the victory. We'll have to wait and see. And further back, look at that for a camera. We've just seen all sorts of action happening further back. So leading the rest of the field, Trevor Nick from Badop. They're crazy. Jackery Q and Bugler in there as well. Rear Donator in there as well. Din, Adamo, Magic's here. Mikey in there as well. Tuv in P13 at the moment, but is catching up to the rest of the field, I'm sure, as they go around that corner. It's Jackery and Bugler. Bugler's gone off there. Going rallycross. It's Jackery Q potentially going to get 6. There you go. P6 for Jackery Q. In we go. And actually going to get moved on Banop here as well. Banop's had a bit of an incident somewhere. It's going to get absolutely mugged, is Banop. As we continue on, racing at 4 AM and up the hill we go. Quinton's actually taken the lead. What has happened to Monte in all of that? I've tried to snapshot it just to have a look a little bit here as we continue on around that last corner. A little bit of contact there. That's going to be a little bit of lag in there as well, just due to the nationalities. Let's jump to Monte and he's lost all that gap. Can we see what happened here? Oh, Monte's had a big incident at that left-hander. A big incident. We've just missed it on the timestamp, unfortunately, but has had an absolutely massive incident. So Quinton is leading the way at this moment in time. So Quinton leading by 4.2 seconds, followed by Trevor Nick, who's got a 1.1 second gap to Crazy. Monte's been drawn back into the mid-pack madness here. Oh, we should call it the min-pack madness. No, that was terrible. I know it's terrible. As we continue on round here, so Jackery Q, Rear Donator, everybody's in there again. Tubbs back in there as well, so that's good to see. This is the mid-pack madness. Round we go. And we continue on now down the hill. And Quinton's still with that gap. So we're going to focus here on this P4 battle. Monte, Jackery Q. And we can see a bit of action further back as well with these drivers. Jackery Q looking down the inside here. Monte doesn't quite work there. Into the left-hander they go. And they continue on round here to start another lap. As we head towards lap number 7. You can see they're actually catching up to P3 as well. There's every chance that this could turn into the battle for that final podium position. But everyone is line astern here. Everyone is trying to work out where to go, where to make their moves here. So we follow this battle for P4. Still, Jackery Q down the inside. Red Detonator potentially could offer a move as well to make it 3 wide. No, stays behind here. Jackery Q up to P4 now. Red Detonator down the inside of Monte as well. Oh, a little bit of contact, but they all survive. Further back, we've got Adamo, we've got Tuv in there as well. Can I ask, guys, please do not join the lobby during the race. It causes screen freezes and all sorts. As we continue on round now. Jackery Q leading this absolute mad pack. Let's go to that P3 battle initially. There we go. So we've got Trevo, Nick, and Crazy. So Crazy's actually broken away a little bit here. So Trevo, Nick had a little bit of an issue on that left-hander. Still really far away from everybody else. Oh, somebody's had a big incident there. Who was that? So Adamo's gone off. Din's gone down the field. We'll have a look at what happened there in a second. Mikey's up to P5 here, your sprint race winner. Now up to P5 and catching up to P4 in that PG Tips machine. Into the left-hander they go. The line astern this time. I think that's the most line astern I've actually seen this mid-pack. And you can see there is going to be a fight for P2, I am sure. Let's have a look at see what actually happened to Din. Was it Din that had an incident? Let's jump on board. Let's see actually what happens. Din was in P9. Oh, they run wide. They run wide, and that's all that was. And then we also had another incident with Trevo Nick. So I'm wondering whether we can see that perspective. Can we see what happened to Trevo Nick? So we can indeed. Just coming into here, it just went really slowly. Just really slowly there from Trevo Nick. Right, so let's jump back to the madness that is Mini Madness. What is going on circuit? And we're with Mike at the moment. Quinton still leading the way. Quinton on his own at the moment. Not getting a lot of TV time. As you can see there, oh, the lean and the minis there. So somebody's ran a bit wide there. It looked like Tough potentially as we continue down the hill. Mikey and Booglar are very close together. And Trevo Nick trying to break away as fast as humanly possible. We'll see what happens here. Let's jump a bit further back. We have Monte Din. Monte going defensive versus Din, but up in there as well. Magic's here in there as well. As they go into the left-hander again. And Booglar down the inside of Mikey, trying to get the position off Mikey as they continue towards the start-finish line. But look how close they are to P4. They're in the slipstream of P4 now. A little bit of contact in there. Everyone trying to grab everyone's slipstream. Tough goes to the left-hand side. Going to be 3 wide. Jackery Q trying to get a bit of slipstream as well. Use your radar, guys. Going to potentially go 4 wide here. We'll see. Can we go 5 wide? We had 6 wide in the last race. Not going to quite get that here as we head down towards the first corner once again. Look at this. There's also a little bit of contact here going on. Need to make sure you check your radar, guys, when you race in this championship, because a little bit of contact can cause a lot of issues. As you see there, a little bit of contact again with those guys. And who is really far back there? I think that's Adamo there. Struggling a little bit with this combination. Let's go back to the craziness of the mid-pack. As we go into the left-hander here. They're going to be 3 wide further back. And they make it through. Oh, I'll say they make it through. Din's gone off to Narnia, and Tuv is going to get that position here as they continue down the hill. And this battle's going to be there until the very end. So we'll have a look, see if any actually. Oh, where's Jackery Q gone? Turned actually into the rallying machine. Into the left-hander we go again, and. Yes, interesting tactics going on. Mikey stayed ahead of Booglar after all of that. Rear Donator and Trevo Nick going side by side as they head towards the start-finish line. Who's going to cross P3? It's Trevo Nick just for now by 0.004 of a second. Rear Donator's going to get that position as we head towards the first turn for lap number 10. 3 laps to go here as Rear Donator down the inside of Trevo Nick. Is he going to get it done? Does indeed. Rear Donator up into P3. They're not that far off Crazy, so anything could happen. Quinton's gone for miles. Trevo Nick getting a little bit of a penalty there, running just a little bit too wide going into that first turn, but should be able to get that penalty off. Absolutely no problem during the race. As we continue on, Booglar going for the move on Mikey there further back. They've been at it. They really need to work together here to try and catch up to P3 though. As we go into left-hander, Trevo Nick runs slightly deep there. Still manages to survive. Monte's gone really, really deep. A few incidents happening further back. We'll try and have a look at what happened there a little bit later on. But Rear Donator trying to escape now, trying to catch up to Crazy as fast as they can. Booglar, Mikey, they're running very close. They're potentially going to try and break away here from Bannock, Tuv, and the rest of the Mini Madness field as we continue up to the hairpin once again. And anyone going to make some moves further back there? 3 wide further back. Tough going for the move up and up here. Round the left hand. Oh, Tuff's going to get it done as well. Did trying to follow behind as they go on to the start finish straight. And P5 is getting ever closer to P4. Let's see if we can have a look at what happened further back. It was Monte, wasn't it? Monte's gone all the way to the back. Let's see if we can see what happens here. So Monte is on his own at this moment in time as they head towards the left-hander. And it looks like somebody is going to come down the inside here, I would guess. Oh, it was a lag bump. There was a little bit of lag there. We just saw that. This is, I suppose, a slight problem with having so many different nationalities is there was a slight lag bump there on Monte, and that forced Monte to the back of the field. So we have Quinton leading the way from Crazy. Quinton just has to chill now. So does Crazy. And then further back we have Rear Donator, Trevonic, Mikey and Bugler. They've been at it non-stop the past few laps. His magic here goes off now as well as they continue on down the hill. Let's go a bit further back in the field. Tuv making a move there on Din. And Benop going to try and do it for the US. As I say, shout out to Benop. 4 AM in the US. Currently racing in Mini Madness. My word, what an effort. Adamo's got back into the fray here, actually. That's a good point to make. So Adam was struggling in P13, now up to P9. Every possibility here and making up more positions as we head on to the final lap here of the first split this morning in Mini Madness. It is currently Quinton from Crazy, then Rear Donator. Rear Donator's being followed closely by Trevonic. They're 3 wide there, but we're going to go towards P3. Trevonic trying to go around the outside. I'm not sure that's going to work. Rear Donator goes defensive straight off the bat. And Rear Donator going to keep that position. So we're going to jump further back now to Jackery Q, Din and Tuv as they all make it round. Tuv keeps that position then, and Din is in there, and Adamo is in there as well as they continue on round towards the technical left-hander turn number 4. It's going to be Tuv leading this little scrap here for that P8 position. Jackery Q looking down the inside potentially here. Oh, so is Adamo. Into the left-hander they go. Little bit of contact there, and that's going to put Tuv out into the barrier. Oh, there's a big hit further back as well as we continue on down the hill. We're going to jump to P3 battle now because it's Rear Donator versus Trevonic as we head up the hill. Is Trevonic going to go for the move at the hairpin? There's a huge battle further back as well. We're going to watch Rear Donator and Trevonic into the hairpin. They go. Rear Donator goes defensive. Mikey goes to the inside as well. As Rear Donator keeps it very, very tight as they leave that corner. Trevonic's going to be very close. Quinton's going to be your race winner there. Goes for the unorthodox finish there. In P2 is going to be Crazy, but we're going to follow this battle for P3. It's Rear Donator versus Trevonic. It's 0.067. It's 0.05. It's going to drop. No, Rear Donator gets it. Bugler gets Mike in the end. And then it's all sorts of carnage for those final positions there. 3-4 wide at the end. And my word, what a finish. Unfortunate for Magic's here there at the end. What a finish there in this Mini Madness morning split 1. I hope you enjoyed that race, guys. A little bit of lag in there. I could see that. That was due to nationalities. I think we were literally global in that lobby, and we did have that experience last time. If a driver has an issue, they can actually put in an incident report if they need to. But my word, what a finish there. So Quinton gets P1, followed by Crazy. These are provisional results, of course. Then Rear Donator, Trevonic, Buglar, Mikey, Benop, Din, Tuv, Monte, Jackery Q, not Jackery. Jackery Q, Adamo, then Magic here. That is your race results there, guys. I'd say a fantastic amount of racing once again here in that morning split. We have 5 splits to go, guys. We have morning split 2, we have 2 in the afternoon, and we have 2 later this evening. That midfield was mental. It was indeed mental. I was watching that throughout. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed those first splits. We're not going to end the stream there, don't worry. There is going to be a split 2, and yes, that should also be fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this lobby, make sure we save the old replay, and we're going to prepare the split 2 lobby. So please do not join the lobby if you are not in said split. So now, because the internet's working absolutely fantastic today, we don't have to actually end it like last time. Morning split 2. Let's create the room. So again, fantastic. Tidge, can I marry you? Feel free to marry me, although Jomas will probably fight you for it. Yeah, this is Mini Madness. I'm not rubbish. I have to use the Nissan GTR GT3 car. Third all round, consistency. Indeed, it was consistency. So what I'm going to do, guys, is while people join the lobby, I'm just going to leave the... oh, we can see Lewis comes in straight off the bat there. I'm going to leave you with the championship standings initially. This is just while I go to the toilet and get a drink, because as you can tell, my voice is... It needs to be helped throughout the day. So I'll leave you with the championship standings. And as you can see, we have two very fast drivers straight in this lobby. So this one, again, should be an absolutely fantastic one. So I will be back with you in about 2 minutes' time. Hello guys, I am back. I am actually back. We won't be too long before we start the next lobby. We're just getting set up here. If you do have any questions, by the way, please do let me know. More than happy to answer them. Nice to see that we had full attendance for the first morning split. We're just, I feel like a teacher now. I'm actually doing like a register to see who is in the lobby, who isn't in the lobby. Well, yeah, we'll put it on screen in just a second. So there should be some more fantastic action coming up. Wi-Fi password is in. We have Wi-Fi password, not the Wi-Fi password, but another Wi-Fi password. It's a Wi-Fi password. So what I will do, guys, I'll just put it on spectator mode for you. And you can watch a lap with LZR Lewis. Yeah, boost isn't huge, but that's why I set it up that way. So you have quite a while to practice here. I'd say the events, like each split starts so 11 o'clock, and then later on, I think the afternoon split starts at 3 o'clock. Don't even know my time slots anymore, but yeah, it's around there. I do need to see who is in the lobby. Won't be a second, guys. Just waiting for a few more folks. So there's no rush for them to get in just yet. No rush. At least I could breathe a little bit now. You're not sporting the rusted mini livery this time. Oh, I enjoyed that livery. Lunch at 11 a.m. I've not had any food yet, guys. Not had any food. Tish doesn't know what the general lead. I do. I was saying the wrong car last time. I apologise humbly. I knew of the car. I just kept saying the wrong. Yeah. I humbly apologise. Humbly. I'm avoiding referencing stuff now. That is what we're doing. I only have 11s. It's just with the FIA being so significant last night. I was sorting out Mini Madness while watching FIA, and then was sorting out Mini Madness again this morning. So yeah, I'm running on like 5 hours of kip, but it's good. It's good. EcoBoost helped. It sure did. Who's Daisy Duke? Zanny. I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't know how Super GT does this, but I do it for all my commentaries. I've got 2 sets of headphones in basically. It's really bloody annoying. So at the moment we've got Jamison. We're gonna go through these properly after, because we're gonna play the intro again for those. Actually, we won't play the intro again. We won't play the intro, I don't think. Look at some of these Ghostbusters. Copyright strike. Then we've got ERT marking. So that livery last time. We've got Bedella in the Martini livery. Oh, these liveries, guys. We're going to have a livery competition at the end of all of this. We really are. Drivers will be able to submit their own liveries, and we'll have a livery competition. And we'll put it out everywhere, and then we'll get a winner out of there. Zanny's got a new livery for the race as well. Fantastic. So I've just got to do some housekeeping, just briefly, because we are missing a few drivers. Jomas being very patriotic. Ah, good old Jomas. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we are missing 3 drivers. We'll get into which drivers are missing shortly, and who's here, who isn't here, etc. Oh, actually, one driver. Yeah, one driver's moved. I forgot about that. So we're missing 2 drivers. The first split was good. Very good. Very good rating. Yep, there is time to practice. You can't. We're having no late entries today, guys. So if you haven't entered, unfortunately, you can't enter. So if any of the drivers from the first split do have any issues, as I say, talk to the other drivers first of all who had the instance. If you're still not satisfied, you can put in a public report or message me. I'll look into it, and I have to make the penalty public. So yeah, but you can talk to me, and I will look into the incident as well. So we are missing 2 drivers at the moment, but I will let everybody know in chat in just a moment's time that qualifying will happen in at 10 past, because that's what happened last time, and then we'll start kicking off again. So Jomus currently with 17.4. Now that's a very quick time without slipstream. That's 17.4. Very, very quick time. Yeah, so in terms of registering, Mad Andy, obviously the entry form gets you into the championship, and it specifies which rounds you can do, so it gives me an idea of who's doing what. And then we have to do an entry form for each round, just for splits, basically. So Jomus, for example, did the evening split last time, wanted to do the morning split this time, because his schedule meant that he couldn't do the evening split. So that's why we just do that, and that's then your entry into the round. It's the same as an actual championship, basically. You just enter to the championship, and then you put in your entry form for a round. It was, Magic's here, it was. One thing I did see, there was a tiny bit of lag in there, just because of the regional thing, I think. But other than that, I think it was just little bits of weight transfers going a bit extreme. See Jomus now practicing the start. Won't give too many tricks away there. Go on board Lamborghini. Right, so it's 11 o'clock, so I suppose we should have a look at the drivers that we have. So if we... Oh, in fact, I've not actually set it up there because I'm a bit of a moron, so give me 1 second. There we go. So you should be able to see the drivers now on your screen. So we have, or we should have, Antomix, Badella, LZR Lewis, Matt Joy. Now Baz is in an afternoon slot. Baz has changed his time slot. This agreed last night, so that's fine. We have Baggio Bill. We have Wi-Fi password, not the Wi-Fi password. We have Herm. We have Lamborghini, sorry, Shamus, ERT Mark, and Dan26. We are missing at this moment in time Dan26 Art and Herm. So they have 9 minutes to get into the lobby. After that point, they can't race. So yeah, we will see what happens. So let's just actually transition back to the action. And let's have a look at some of these liveries in a bit more detail. So we've got Jomus here in the IGTL livery with the logo on there, and Jomus is actually French, although sporting a UK flag, so fair play to Jomus. We then have Lamborghini in quite a plain livery in the grand scheme of liveries in the championship, with the white and sort of the matte black, or is it satin black? Sort of roof there. And I have Bodella in the Martini livery. That's a cracking livery, that. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic from Bodella. Oh, look at that as well. The number plate, Mini 2018. Fair play with that one. Then I have Antomix. So we had an EcoBoost Cooper S last time, but we now have a Boxer engined Mini Cooper this time in Antomix. The Swede there. Absolutely fantastic. STI. It's the Cooper STI 1965. That's the one that actually won the Monte Carlo Rally. Then I have Lewis in the most plain Mini known in existence. Come on, Lewis, get some team colours on there. Yeah, Mikhail is literally supporting Antomix 100%. We then have Matt Joy in a very nice, very classic livery, that I would say. Matt Joy in the classic livery there. We've got the checker flag roof. Goodyear along the side. I'd say it looks very, very old school, that livery. Shout out for that one. Let's go to Wi-Fi password. Super GT livery there. For Mini Madness. Super GT, if you're not subscribed, please do go subscribe. Absolutely fantastic content creator. And yeah, he puts his real life karting videos out there now as well. Now I'm just making sure we don't miss anybody, so let's go to P number Baggio Bill's jumped up there. So we've got the Ghostbusters machine again. Ghostbusters. I gotta love Ghostbusters. Yes, that's a lovely livery as well. Now we need to go to ERT Mark in that yellow and green livery. Another livery we saw last time. We saw the Ghostbusters one last time as well, to be fair. So looking very nice with that one. And now, is that everybody? I think we've got a few less drivers in this one because a couple haven't turned up. So it might be a little bit easier for some of these drivers. Some of these drivers might have looked out here with the splits. We will wait and see. There's 5 minutes for those to turn up who are missing. There's 2 drivers currently missing, as I say. I'll see if I can contact them in Discord while Ghostbusters sits in the barrier. We'll let you go on board with Jomas, because Jomas is putting in the fastest laps at the moment. Herm's asking in Discord. Where I can't see. Did request. Okay. So we'll see if we can get Herman. Yeah, thank you, Rear Donator, absolute legend. So if we get Herman, that'll be good. And then we're also missing Dan as well. This is a problem when you're the commentator, the director, the organizer. I've got to do everything in one. So the content may be a bit weird occasionally. So I do apologise for that, guys. But it is what it is. Thomas is just chilling now. Got to 4 minutes or so, or under 4 minutes. It's going to be 3 minutes actually until we start qualifying. Hopefully we can get Herman as well. Herman is trying to get in, so let me just contact Herman here instead. Hopefully Herm actually sees that. I know he's on his mobile, so hopefully we can get him in. I'll see if I can see if he's accepted the friend request. Oh, we got. Oh, no, wrong keyboard. See, I knew I'd get it wrong eventually. Wrong keyboard. Open lobbies, then tick the box that says rooms with friends. So hopefully we can get Herman. Hopefully we can get Herman. That's the so if anyone else can help out Herm at the same time, it'd be greatly appreciated. I will keep an eye on messages, so I won't keep jumping between the screens. If anyone's got any questions, as I say, please please do fire away in chat. Do I think Antimix has an STI? I don't know. In a nutshell. Oh dear. What do you guys think of the new microphone? Is it helping a little bit when I go a bit nuts, or is it just the same as what it was before? Great sound. Oh, okay, that's good then. So we did upgrade the microphone, which was everyone's chilling at the moment. I want to get Herm. I want to get Herm in here for this this race. He's struggling now. It's a shame we don't have an invite button. You know, like on other games, there's an invite button. I really wish there was an invite button on lobbies. I don't see the issue there with not having one. Should be quite an easy-ish thing to do. So what we'll do, we'll give Herm just another few moments to try and get in here. Otherwise, Herm may have to go to a different split this afternoon. Thumbs up to Lewis's livery. Oh, Lewis has gone to town there on the liveries. Look at that. Unbelievable livery. Absolutely unbelievable. Can me and Thomas apply for a position at PD in Austria? I have asked Maverick, if I'm honest. I have put it forward. In fact, that's a good shout. When did Herm add me? That's a good question. 15 minutes ago. Thank you, GTLX. You, Papa, I think you will like my livery when you see it tonight. Oh, excellent. I'm looking forward to it, mate. Let me just type in chat. Oh, no. So we are just delaying it until 1:15, guys, the qualifying. So if you do want to go get a drink, please feel free. But at 1:15, we will begin qualifying. Oh, really? I did see that the race had been stopped for a while, I think. It was red flagged, wasn't it? Spa 24 hour. Yeah, Jamus with a funny. Herm, okay. The livery show. Well, I'd say we are going to have a livery competition at the end of this. I think we'll let each driver at the end of the championship submit their most favourite livery. And I think we should be able to get a reward for it as well. So, yeah, do keep an eye out for that. So, do go to town on these liveries, guys. Do go to town. We'll try and showcase them all as well. I'm trying to store all the replays. I'm hoping that once you upload them, they're saved as well, but at the moment I'm trying to keep them locally. So we'll just see if Herm's messaged since. Herm hasn't messaged since. Problem is he messaged in the request section on the Discord, which is the worst place to message because there's a slow mode in the request section. This is the second race, Super Dragon. We did the first split earlier on. I think you should still be able to rewind to that as well if you wanted to watch that. But we are going to kick off very soon. I say we're just seeing if Herm can get in. If Herm can't get in, we will start without him, unfortunately. Sorry, it's split 2, but sprint race. It's qualifying first. So we are missing 2 drivers from this one. We are missing 2 drivers. So the field's going to be slightly smaller, which could mean a more close action up the front. In terms of the championship, by the way, Jomas and Antomix, I'm sure they're up there. So Jomas is up there and Antomix is up there. So you got 2 drivers here on the first page of that championship. That could be very interesting. Unfortunately not Bruzy. We have entries basically. An entry form, etc. Feel free to join the championship. That's in the description. There are 4 rounds remaining in the championship. I say it's a global event, so literally all nations can join. Right, we're going to give... How long has Herm got? He's got 30 seconds. That is up to you, Zanny. That is very, very honourable of you. But you will be in the competition as well. Oh, someone's just joined the lobby. Herm is in! Herm made it! Herm made it! Bruzy, we have races throughout the day. So we have our morning splits. We then have afternoon splits. So later on today at 3 PM, we have 2 more splits. And then later on tonight, we have evening splits. But Herm is in! Woohoo! So we'll let Herm just get on circuit. Oh. So do check out the description, guys. There's a PDF there. In there are the rules and regs. We have to have rules and regs just to make the championship fun. But if you saw the first race, it was absolutely mind-boggling. So the second race hopefully should be the same. Right. So is Herm on circuit? Herm is ready. Oh, we got a Firestone livery here. So we are going to start qualifying. Unfortunately for Herm, he's not going to have that much practice. So begin. Good morning, Tranquil Base. How are you, my friend? Hello, Derek. We're about to get ready with qualifying. Slightly delayed this lobby. Right, there we go. Don't worry about it, Herm. Do not worry. You're in. We're racing. That's all that matters. So, we're going to get racing now, guys. So, let's edit the event settings. Let's turn visible damage on. And let's get ready with qualifying. Oh, starting on the side of a mountain there. It's got Lewis, Jomas, Badella, Baggio, Bill, Antomix. Someone jumped in there. Matt Joy. Got Wi-Fi password in there. Let's see what happens here. So Jomas warming up his tyres there in that Mini Cooper. I say they've got 1 out lap, 2 flying laps. That's all they have. And then literally we get ready with the 4-lap sprint race. And then after the sprint race, there's a 5-minute cool down warm up to then a 12-lap feature race with a reverse grid. So let's see what happens in qualifying first of all. Championship structure in terms of points is also in the description, so if you're unsure how the championship works, do check out that PDF. I say it's got all the information in there that you could ever want or need in terms of the championship. Yeah, it should be good. So Antimix is going to be the first driver to start their lap, or well, was going rallying there. So let's just make sure we have all drivers on circuits. 10 drivers, that is absolutely right in this split. So who is going for their opening lap here? So we're going to go with Matt Joy in this classic Goodyear livery. So round the last hairpin we go, and we're going to head towards the start finish line. So slipstream is on weak here, so there is a benefit of being in the slipstream potentially. It's about 2 miles an hour extra you get going up the hill. It doesn't sound like much, but it does add or help with those extra temps. As we saw, 17.2 I think it was in the last lobby or last split. Let's see what happens here. So we head towards the 50-meter board essentially. We're going to brake at that 50-meter board, and we're going to truck it in here, stay in 3rd gear, minimize any wheel spin. A little bit more track to use there for Matt, but we continue on out the corner now. We then are going to clip that left hand side a little bit, and then we're going to head towards the right hand side. And again, at the 50-meter board, you want to just start to trail brake a little bit, try and get down to 77 miles an hour ish as you get down to the apex here. We've gone a lot under that, to be fair there. As you can see, a lot of track available to use, and continue on out of that corner. We then go down this hill, this lovely elevation change here at the Layout C of Sardegna. It's lovely, and we're going to head up the hill. So you're going to take the left here and then go really tight on this right to get a good line for this last hairpin. You're going to brake around where the curb starts there, brake down towards, some people do 2nd, I do 3rd gear personally, just because you're going to get a lot of wheel spin here. You hear that wheel spin straight off there, but Matt's going to come towards the line at this point. What is Matt Joy's time going to be here in this classic Goodyear livery? It's a 19.4 to begin with. We then have Padella in P2, 21.4 there. We've got Wi-Fi password in there as well. Jomas goes into P1, 17.6 for Jomas. Wi-Fi password into P4. Antimix into P2 there. So you can see Slipstream having an effect there. Jomas going for an overtake on Wi-Fi password there into turn 1. Trying to get that extra 2 miles an hour increase there. Let's look a bit further down. We've got ERT Mark. Lots of people here with Slipstream. Oh, Ram Lamborghini up into P2 there. How far off Jomas? Oh, just ahead of Antimix there. So still 4 attempts off there as they continue on to their 2nd lap. Who is at the back of the field? Unfortunately, it's Herm. Obviously, Herm hasn't had that much practice just due to getting into the lobby late. But we can see a very old school Union Jack livery there on that Mini Cooper. So nice livery there, Herm. And LZR Lewis right behind him here. Now, I know Lewis hasn't had that much practice. Gonna actually go for the move there. Is Herm actually moving out of the way there for Lewis? Fair play. But let's see what happens here. Jomas, has Jomas made a mistake there? Antimix is ahead. Let's go with Antimix then. Let's have a look, see if Antimix is going to improve here. Right behind Wi-Fi password. I think Jomas has made a mistake somewhere. So is Antimix going to get an increase of time here as they head towards the line? No movements so far. So Ram Lamborghini. Looks like Ram Lamborghini's going a bit too slow there to have an improvement on the lap. What about LZR Lewis? Got a few people heading towards the line here. What is going to happen in terms of time? He's got a lot of slipstream here. Lewis hit to P2 there. P2. I probably just blew the microphone off there as well. So if that managed to survive, happy days. Looks like there might have been an incident there during qualifying. Everyone is pulling over at this point. So we'll have a look at qualifying results here. So we've got Jomas in P1, followed by Lewis in P2, Ram Lamborghini in P3, very closely followed by Antimix in P number 4, P5 for Padella, P6 for Wi-Fi password, P7 for Matt Joy, P8 for Baggio Bill, and it is P9 for ERT Mark and P10 for Herm. Somebody's gone to the pits then, I assume. Mark, you need to leave the pits. Let's just so yeah, please don't leave. Please don't go to the pits during qualifying because it messes up the grid order essentially. So we'll just let Mark get out there, and then we will begin our sprint race. Come on, ERT Mark. Thanks, Tidge. I'm deaf. Apologies. As you can tell, that was a surprising result for Lewis to get into P2 there. Come on, Mark, you need to complete Sector 1, mate. Ah. Oh, I think he's completing Sector 1 now. I think the times have fixed themselves potentially, but I want to just confirm by Mark completing Sector 1. And then we will go with the racing guys. Apologies for the delay. Issue with lobby join. And then pitters. I'll get you, pitters. I'll get you. As we head towards that Sector 1. Right, we can now kick off the race. Let's go, everybody! It's time for some mini madness! Let's see what happens here. There you go, Lewis said practice started when he joined the lobby. There we go. But we get ready for mini madness here, the sprint race, 4 laps of this Sardegna Layout C circuit with the Mini Cooper S 1965 car. John was starting in P1, Lewis in P2, Ram Lamborghini P3, Antimix P4, Padella P5, Wi-Fi password P6, Matt Joy P7, Baggio Bill P8, Mark P9, and Herm in P10. Let's go. Don't worry, Mark. Have a good race, my friend. As we prepare for the lights to change. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go here with the first race of Mini Madness. Herm looks like he might be stuck, potentially, I'm not too sure. As we head towards the first corner, Jamus has had a good start. Lewis is having to defend straight away from Ram Lamborghini. Antimix is in there as well as they head towards the first corner. Jamus is going to have to go defensive here due to the slipstream as well. Ram Lamborghini down the inside of Lewis. Ram Lamborghini is going to get that P2 into the first corner. We go for the first time. It's Jamus from Ram Lamborghini. In P3 is Lewis. P4 for Antimix. P5 for Wi-Fi password. And everybody is away now as well. So as we head towards the fast left-hander, it's going to be Jamus leading the way so far. Antimix trying to get a move done on Ram Lamborghini. As Ram Lamborghini's lost a position there somehow. Antimix into the fast left-hander we go. And Antimix gets the position done. What a move there by Antimix. As we continue on around that corner further back, we've got Mark slightly off there. And it's a little bit of contact there as well, I think, between Mark and Padella. But through they go. Herm's got a slight penalty. That should go during the race. But up towards the hairpin now. And Jamus is leading away from LZR Lewis. Is there going to be any moves towards his hairpin? Line is turned. Antimix going for the move down the inside on LZR Lewis. Is he going to get it done? Slight bit of contact there, but Antimix up into P2 from P4. Antimix is on a mission right now. And we'll see what happens. But Lewis is going to have the slipstream of Jamus at this moment in time. They're going to be side by side as they head towards the start-finish line to complete lap number 1. Ram Lamborghini could get in here as well with the slipstream further back. They're too wide as well. As we head towards the first corner once again, Jamus leading the way here. Antimix flashing his lights, hoping for a little bit of slipstream, I think. Ram Lamborghini close behind as well. As they head towards turn 1. Lewis is going to lose another position here to Ram Lamborghini. Lewis down to P4 from P2, but on the inside now as they head towards the fast left-hander. Further back, ERT Mark in P6. Herm up to P7 there. As we continue around, Wi-Fi password going to get in the mix here for this P2 battle. As Lewis into P3, so Ram Lamborghini loses that position he initially gained on turn number 1. Let's go a bit further back here. And Baggio Bill in the Ghostbusters machine. It looks like Wi-Fi password had a bit of an issue there. Him up to P7 though, Matt Joy in P9, and Badella down in P number 10. I'm not sure what happened to Badella during that. We'll see if we can see it on the replays potentially. But let's go back up to this battle for P3. Ram Lamborghini and LZR Lewis. Ram Lamborghini going down the inside here. And late dives there by Ram Lamborghini. Gets it stopped on the apex. What a move by Ram Lamborghini. Going to get it done. Oh, runs Lewis out wide there. Lewis onto the grass. And they're going to have to pull it back on circuit, otherwise he'll end up in the pits. But Ram Lamborghini getting that P3 so far. But Jomma still leading the way here from Antomix. As we go further back, Wi-Fi password fairly, well, extremely far off now. So there's going to be 2 packs of cars here. It's going to be tricky to follow. So continue on, Padella back in the mix as well. As we head down towards the first corner, it's going to be Jomas from Antomix. From Lamborghini, then LZR Lewis, then ERT Mark going for a move on Wi-Fi password. Doesn't get it quite done there. They just avoid contact. Great racing from these guys as we continue round turn number 2 and number 3. We follow Baggio Bill in this Ghostbusters machine. Penalty for Lewis there up ahead. But that should go during the race. It's going to go 3 wide into this left-hander. And that's going to be a bit of contact there. Herm's off. Oh, is that Antomix off? Antomix is off. Antomix has had a huge incident here. Oh, we'll have a look what happened there in a little bit. But Antomix has dropped from P2 down to P5. And he's going to be stuck in this mid-pack madness. Let's go up to the battle for P2 here. Ram Lamborghini goes defensive. He's going to keep that position. Wi-Fi password up to P4 now. Lots of action going on further back here. But they all survive. Antomix down to P number 6 now. It's going to get actually robbed there from Mark as well. It's going to drop to P number 7. Let's see if we can have a look at what happened to Antomix earlier on in that lap. Unfortunately, it looked like the incident had already happened. It looked like it was turn number 1 then. Turn number 1 got Antomix. But Jomas is leading their way. As you see, Ram Lamborghini going defensive from LZR Lewis there. And Ram Lamborghini keeps that position for now. Further back, we've got Wi-Fi password. Baggio Bill. Antomix is in there as well. I'm expecting Antomix to move through this field quite quickly. We've got Matt Joy Mark in there as well. And everybody's still in fighting contention here. And Antomix has just got a penalty as well. So you get that penalty for running running the corner too wide initially. So using all the curbing. But it does go during the lap as well. But Baggio Bill putting all sorts of pressure on Wi-Fi password here. Round they go. And looks like Antomix went off slightly there as well. So pushing really hard here is Antomix. Got a bit of a run on Baggio Bill as they come down the hill now and head up again. Jomas leading the way by about a second or so, I'd say. Antomix looking for a move down on Baggio Bill. That's not going to quite work here. Baggio Bill goes to the right side. Antomix going to go for the move down the inside. Potentially doesn't. Pulls it back. Baggio Bill goes for the move on Wi-Fi password though. And Wi-Fi password runs extremely wide there. So Antomix going to get a good run here. It's going to be a fight for some slipstream, I think. And further back, Herm is up to P8, it looks like. P9, sorry. Jomas has won the race already. I didn't realise that was the last lap. So Ram Lamborghini P2, LZR is P3. That went really fast there. But they finished 4 wide at the end there. I did not even realise that was the last lap. That's how quick that race went. My word! What a sprint race that was. But Jomas wins that first race there. And we'll be starting at the back in terms of the feature race, which is a reverse grid. So a great job by everybody there. I'm not sure what happened to you, Antomix. I'm assuming you went off on turn number 1. But we will change those settings now. 12 laps now, the feature race. It's going to be a reverse grid. And we will see what happens, and we'll save that replay as well, of course. Holy dive bombs. Holy dive bombs. So, yes, we will see what happens in the feature race. If a driver does have a complaint, so if you're new to Mini Madness and you're unsure how a driver, if a driver has an incident, literally they can talk to each other. You see some chat going on now. Matt Joy apologising to Padella on lap number 2. They can just settle it and just say, you know, it was a mistake. That's the whole point of this championship. If it, you know, mistakes can happen. That's why Boost is on. If a mistake happens, you know, apologise. You move on with the race. If you still feel very aggrieved by it, you can talk to me in DMs and I will investigate an incident, or alternatively you can post it in the incident report area on Discord and we will investigate that as well. So yeah, that is literally what happens. We didn't have any penalties last time. I did put a word of notice out just to be a bit chiller, a bit more chill, because the last lobby last time was a bit hectic, but all the others were absolutely fine. It's been great this morning, I think. Been slight contacts here and there, but it's a bit tighter of a circuit, so we're expecting a bit of rubbing in there as well. So they have 3 minutes. But if you can't see what Joma said, Joma says, Badella, if you go nuts, can I call you Nutella? Brilliant. So Jomas is actually leading the championship at the moment, provisionally as well, with that win in the sprint race. So if Jomas wins the feature race, that's going to be full points for Jomas throughout the 2 rounds. So that's going to be hard to catch up to Jomas at that point. But remember, 4 out of the 6 rounds count, so anything can happen. Jomas is going backwards for reasons unknown to science. Hopefully he doesn't get in anyone's way. I'm assuming he won't. We've got Wi-Fi password, just having a chill out there. Jomas may be still slightly drunk. Potentially it might still be drunk. So if people don't know, Jomas has actually qualified for Salzburg. So obviously Jomas is extremely happy about that. Or provisionally qualified, of course, anyway, because they do their checks that they do. We may have provisionally actually made Salzburg as well, in some crazy way. I have no idea how. So CSA came through for us last night, so did NA. We managed to put in a good result ourselves. But yeah, that was FIA yesterday. We now go to something more fun than FIA. Mini Madness. It's absolutely great stuff. So there's 2 minutes left. Just to give you an idea of the championship again, guys. Here is the current championship standings. We currently have 4 pages. This may very well go to 5 after today. But you can see Jomas there leading the way. It's a tied lead. So GT Alex and Swarguy have some work to do later on. You see how close the points are. So every position does matter in this championship. Look at that. There's 10 points separating 16 drivers there. 16 drivers separated by 10 points. So literally every position matters. Obviously it's a bit of fun, but you can see why some of these guys are pushing and wanting to get further up there as well. Again, look at that. There's 11 points separating those 16 drivers. That's 21 points separating 32 drivers. As we will then continue towards the last page in a second. There we go. And you can see there the final standings of the championship so far. Remember, you can drop rounds. If you do more than 4 rounds are dropped, which is good for everybody. But we are about to prepare for the race. What's the prize for the winner? I'm not too sure yet. We will see. I am going to try and source a prize, I will be honest with you. But it is a bit of fun at the same time as well, so I don't want it to go super serious and people punting people and stuff. But yeah, we will see what happens. Obviously it's global, so prize can't be that big because there's lots of implications all around the world. But let's just make sure we are set up. So 12 laps, reverse grid based on previous race results. Let's get ready for some racing here. The final race of the morning. Let's see what happens. Good morning to everyone just tuning in. We're on our second split of the morning for Mini Madness. The next races are going to happen at 3 PM this afternoon, but let's forget about that for now. Let's have a look at what's going to happen here. So Herm is starting on P1, followed by Badella, then Matt Joy, Mark, Antomix, Baggio Bill, Wi-Fi Password, Lewis, Lamborghini, and Jomas. 10 drivers here for your morning split 2 race as we prepare to begin this 12-lap feature race here at Sardegna Layout C. The lights are on. There's 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. There's some skill to this start, so let's see what happens. We're green and we're racing. Somebody actually jump-start there. It looked like Antimix jump-started, so we'll have got a penalty there straight off the bat. So going to lose a lot of positions here, potentially Antimix. Herm's had a terrible start, but Della's had an absolute fantastic start here. Straight up into P1. Mattjoy trying to get some positions done here as well. Mattjoy could go into P2 here. We'll have to wait and see. Mark trying to make a move on Padella here, using a bit of slipstream as well as we head down to turn number 1 for the first of 12 times. Who's going to be in P1 as they come into the braking zone? It's ERT Mark and Padella side by side through turn 1. Absolutely fantastic racing there. Round we go, all clean as a whistle, and Padella looking to take the first position back. Mattjoy in there as well, but Mark looking to get it done. They're side by side as they head towards the technical left-hander, the hardest corner on this circuit, I would say. In there they go, side by side, a little bit of contact. Mattjoy trying to go down the inside of all of them. Is Mattjoy going to get this done? There's a little bit of contact further back, but Mattjoy side by side with Padella now. Herm's in there as well. Mattjoy from P4, I think it was, on the grid, up to P2. Looking to get moves done here, but there's all 10 cars on your screen as they head towards the hairpin. Probably the second hardest corner on the circuit, but with weight transfer could be the hardest. We'll see as in we go. Give us a better camera, please. Look at that. What a fantastic picture as we leave that corner. Padella leading the way still from everybody else. I'm not even going to call that because it is extremely close, but Mattjoy currently in P2 and everybody trying to make their way up. John is already up to P5 here. LZR Lewis in P8. And Antimix in P6. There are 3 drivers to look out for here. Very high in the championship standings or our DRA+. As we head towards the first corner here, Padella leading the way from Mattjoy and Herm. Herm trying to go down the inside here into the turn number 1. 3 wide. Mattjoy going for the cutback. It works. Mattjoy into the lead there. What a move by Mattjoy. Guess it makes it happen there. Padella just went a little bit deep. Mattjoy with a cutback. Gets it done. And Mattjoy into P1 now as they head towards the technical left once again. Let's see what happens here. Oh, 3 wide further back. That's going to be very tight here. Padella off into the gravel. Oh, Antimix has been hit off as well. I'm not sure what happened there. We'll have a look on the replay shortly. But fortunately, as I say, boost is on, so it does help those drivers who have incidents to catch up to that pack to make some positions up. But Mattjoy leading the way here. Jomas up to P2 now. My word, Jomas is storming through the field here as we continue towards the hairpin. LZR Lewis going for the move down the inside at the hairpin on Herm. And Mattjoy's run extremely wide. LZR Lewis trying to get the move done. Jomas up into P1 here. Mark's had a little bit of contact with Ram Lamborghini as they leave that last turn. They're heading towards the line. Jomas and Mattjoy side by side here. Herm and LZR Lewis side by side. Wi-Fi password in there as well. They're all getting the slipstream here from those 2 drivers up front. Then we have Ram Lamborghini right behind Wi-Fi password as they head up their hill and down towards turn number 1 once again. Mattjoy and Jomas side by side into turn 1 they go. Who's going to get P1 here? Mattjoy leaves room. Jomas gets it done. And they look like Herm into the gravel there. So Herm drops down to P10. Everything to play for here. Mattjoy, Jomas, LZL Lewis, Wi-Fi password, Ram Lamborghini, Baggio Bill, Antimix, Padella. They're your top 8 so far. But there's all sorts of action happening further back. Antimix is off in the grass again. So they head towards the technical left there. 3 wide further back. Let's have a look at this. Oh my word, 3 wide doesn't go, guys. As you see, it doesn't go. Antimix into the grass again. Antimix is having a terrible time here as we jump further forward now. Wi-Fi password up to P4. Ram Lamborghini in P5 as they continue round we go up towards the hairpin. Jomas from LZR Lewis, Mattjoy in P3, so Mattjoy loses out some positions there. Oh, goes for a dive. That's a huge dive. And Ram Lamborghini is going to gain 5 positions. Calm it down, guys. Calm it down. Little bit of contact here and there has caused all sorts of carnage as we continue on down the hill. I want to see what happened to Antimix a few laps ago. There's an apology there. It was Antimix, wasn't it? So let's have a look here. We just get a bit of breath here. So this was 3 wide, 2 wide. So that was Padella going off. Yes, a little bit of contact there. So Antimix was into the barrier at that point. As we jump to turn number 1, Jomas is leading the way now. Padella's gone off. Ram Lamborghini P2. Mattjoy into, well, down to P4. LZL Lewis down the left-hand side as well. All sorts happening here. But they're line astern now. 9 drivers there, and whoever's further back, Padella. So Padella will have a bit of boost there to catch up as they go into left-hander. Mattjoy getting all sorts of sideways now. Mattjoy probably needs to calm down a little bit. Was in the fight for that lead. Has dropped all the way down to P number 8. now down to P number 9 as Herm takes that position as well, as they now head up the hill. It's Lamborghini in P2 trying to chase Jomas down in P number 1. He's still in the slipstream, but only just the gaps now spreading out as Jomas leads away. LZL Lewis going down for the move down the inside of Wi-Fi password. Is it going to happen? It is just by the looks of it. Wi-Fi password could have a better run out the corner though, and it's potentially going to have slipstream. No, they go to the left hand side. LZL Lewis is going to have the slipstream as they continue across the line here. Jomas leading away from Lamborghini. Further back now, there's 3 wide at the moment. Herm trying to get some positions. So it's Matt Joy. Matt Joy trying to get some redemption a little bit from being in P1 earlier on in the race. Bedella's back in there as well. That's what Boost does to you. It gets you back in the fight, in these battles. As they head down towards turn number 1. They're going to be 3 wide here. Into turn number 1 they go. And Matt Joy, a slight little bit of contact there, but they all survive just. No, Matt Joy down to P number 10. P1 to P10 in just a few laps. That's unbelievable there. As Antimix continues on now. Not sure what happened there with Antimix. Antimix was running very slowly there. As we continue on now towards the left-hander. Let's see what happens here. And they continue round. Antimix off again. A few guys going off there. As I say, it's a very technical corner. Antimix down to P number 8. It's going to be down to P number 9 now as Bedella takes that position. Let's go to your battle for P number 2. We've got Lamborghini and LZL Lewis there in a fight for P number 2 as we come towards the hairpin of the 5th lap. And Lamborghini and LZL Lewis could be very cool. Wi-Fi password going to Narnia there. I'm not sure where Wi-Fi password was going. But going to get a good run all the same out the corner. And let's jump to P5 as it's all getting a little bit calmer now, I think. Line astern a little bit. We'll be able to take a breath a little bit here as we continue on. Jomas leading the way there. 17-2 by Lewis. So Lewis is on a bit of a mission here to try and catch up to Lamborghini as we approach turn number 1 for the 6th time. No moves happening currently. Let's go further back. Oh, we got moves happening here. 3 wide again into turn number 1. A ghosted Antimix keeps P6 there. And Matt Joy back in the fight as well. Who is in P number 10? Baggio Bill. I'm not sure what happened to Baggio Bill during all this. He's had a big issue, but Baggio Bill should get into the fight later on. As we jump to the mid-pack battles here. So we've got Antimix into P5. So off again at that turn. Really struggling at that left-hander. It's going to bring ERT Mark potentially into it. Going to be dirt on the tyres as well of Antimix. Trying to catch up to P number 4. They go side by side there. Matt Joy and Herm. Round and down the hill they go. Matt Joy nearly goes off there. As they head towards the hairpin. Herm and Matt Joy. Are there going to be any moves here between these guys? As they head towards the hairpin. Bedella down the inside. Gets it stopped very nicely on the inside of the hairpin and trying to make some moves here. Bedella, it looks like it's going to work as well as they cross, as they head towards the start finish line to cross to complete lap number 6. This is looking fantastic here for Jomas at the moment in P1. It's going to be very close for P number 2 and all the way through the field it's going to get very close indeed. Let's have a look to make sure Baggio Bill, 4 seconds gain there. You can see a 1:14.8. That is Boost helping Baggio Bill get back into the mix. Oh, Jomas has made a mistake. Jomas has made a mistake somewhere here. What's happened to Jomas? So Jomas, Lamborghini and LZL Lewis, they're going to be close. It's going to be a battle here. 3-way fight for the battle for P1 here. We'll have to have a look at what happens here later on as we go to Antimix now in P number 5, and then we have Mark, Matt Joy, Herm, Bedella. Into the left we go. Antimix trying to pull away as fast as he can. Still off there, hits the barrier again, trying to go flat out. I think as GT Alex says in chat at that turn number 4, and it doesn't work out. It's a penalty there for Antimix as well, but that should disappear during the race as well. Not much really, or not many places you can really cut here and gain advantage. Oh, Lamborghini and Jomas fighting for the lead here. We missed out on this, so this is your fight for the P1 position. Jomas needs it to have a full house of points, but LZL Lewis is in there as well. LZL Lewis is going to be catching at a fair pace of knots as well. Baggio Bill is back up in the mix as well. Further back, Antimix I think is trying to break away with Wi-Fi password potentially, but we continue on towards the first corner. It's Jomas from Lamborghini and LZL Lewis. Into turn 1 we go. And they stay line astern for now. Oh, Jomas clips the gravel a little bit here. That could put Lamborghini into the picture. Let's just jump back quickly. Antimix. So Wi-Fi password has broken away. Antimix down there. There's battles going on throughout there. Slight bits of contact here and there. Let's jump back to P2. Ram Lamborghini, Jomas, they're close. As they come through that corner, Jomas potentially going to run slightly wide. Just keeps it on there. Three-way fight here for your lead. Ram Lamborghini, Jomas and Lewis. I'm not sure where Lewis is getting these penalties from, but even so, he continues on. So we head up the hill here. Your three-way fight for the lead. Is Ram Lamborghini going to go for the move down the inside? He looks to go for the move. Down the inside of the hairpin. Gets it done. Ram Lamborghini into the lead here. And LZR Lewis is in the fight there as well. And has a choice of slipstreams because they're going to be side by side, I imagine. Yes, they are indeed. Jonas gets a better run out the corner because it's a wider line. And LZR Lewis is going to be in the fight here as well. As they cross the line to start lap number 9. And it's a three-way fight for your lead. We're going to concentrate on this fight just initially. And we'll have a look further back what the heck's happening. We've also got to look at what happened to Jonas as well. Three-way into turn 1. Here we go. LZR Lewis, Lamborghini, Jonas. As they come in, it's tight. It's LZR Lewis into the lead. I'm not sure whether it was a use of the penalty in there as well, but LZR Lewis into the lead. Let's go further back here. You've got 3-4 wide here into turn number 1. And Padella in P10 at the moment. Oh, big contact there. Big contact. That looks very, very, very big. And let's hope that everybody gets sorted out there. But Antimix trying to chase down Wi-Fi password. And we'll jump to our lead battle here. P1, P2, P3. It's close. It's Lewis, Lamborghini, Jomas. As we we head towards the hairpin once again. Is Lamborghini going to go for that move down the inside? Gideon Jomas last time. We'll wait and see. No, Lewis goes defensive down the inside this time. Lamborghini goes towards the outside as they come in to the hairpin. Oh, they get it stopped. Look at the movement of that Mini. Oh, a little tap there from Lamborghini. Gives Lewis a little bit of a push there. Jomas goes around the outside here. Going to have the slipstream potentially. As Lamborghini going to have to give a little bit of space. Let's go further back here. We've got Matt Joy chasing down Antimix. Chasing down Wi-Fi password there. That's your battle for P4. You can see the fight up ahead there with the leaders as well. As the gaps have all spread out here with the Minis due to an incident earlier on. But let's focus on your P1 battle here. It's Lewis and Jomas and Lamborghini. They head towards turn 1. Any move's going to happen here? Jomas looking for the move. No, he doesn't. They go into turn 1. Line astern here. And I'm going to try and have a look at the replay of what happened to Jomas. So this was Jomas earlier on. They were just close. It looks like they were just close. Lamborghini just in that slipstream, pulling out some speed there. And that actually brought Lamborghini into the picture. So that's how that battle unfolded. And LZR Lewis leading from Jomas at this moment in time. Jomas looked like he was very close to going off there. So we got 3 battles going on now. This is your battle for the lead. 3-way battle at the moment. Lamborghini just trying to stay in there at this moment in time. As they head up the hill. Is Jomas going to go for the move? No, slight taps here, there and everywhere. Jomas goes for the move now potentially. And line astern through, there we go. So we'll jump to the battle behind at this moment in time. So we've got Wi-Fi password and Antimix looking to try and get the move done here. And Wi-Fi password goes defensive. So you got 4-way battle here for 4th position. I know Wi-Fi password broke away earlier on. But still line astern there. So we're going to go a bit further back. Got Baggio, Bill, Herm and Mark. These 3 had an incident earlier on at turn number 1. So they're going to be slowly catching up to Badella with that boost on as well. So that could be a close finish as well. Let's jump to your lead battle. Lewis and Jomas still leading the way here. Lamborghini in P3. It's going to be very tight between these 3 drivers, I think. We've got 2 laps to go. We're on the penultimate lap right now. And let's go further back. Antimix goes for the move down on Wi-Fi password into turn number 1. Stops it on the apex as well. Antimix gets that P4 position from Wi-Fi password. Wi-Fi password could be under all sorts of pressure here from Matt Joy here as they go towards turn number 4. And this is the technical left-hander as they head there now. Antimix leading this pack here, the battle for 4th position. And Antimix, does he survive this time? He does indeed. Antimix survives this time. Antimix getting used to that corner. Wi-Fi password under all sorts of pressure here. We're going to jump to the P1 battle. Lewis, Jomas, Lamborghini going down for the move to the inside. Doesn't quite happen there, so it stays line astern there. Let's jump to this P5 battle now. Wi-Fi password, Matt Joy, who's going to get a position here. Wi-Fi password turns in quite early there, gets it done, trying to stay in. Antimix's slipstream as well, runs extremely wide though, and 8th, 9th and 10th are also in the battle now for that P4 position. That's going to be very close. We jump to the P1 battle. We got Lewis, we have Jomas, we have Lamborghini. It's the final lap. What is going to happen here in this mini madness morning split number 2? Lewis goes defensive down the inside. Jomas Can't do anything here. Tries to go for the cutback a little bit here. Lewis keeps the position. Jobber's trying to get the overlap here. Doesn't quite work. As we jump down to that P4 battle quickly. And 3 wide further back for that P8 position. And round we go. Matt Joy has got Wi-Fi password at this moment in time. Let's jump back to your P1 battle. It's Lewis from Jobbers from Lamborghini. Round they go. Anyone going to make any mistakes here? Oh, they survive. They just survive. Let's jump to your P5 battle. And your P5 battle here. P4 battle, sorry. P4 battle. Atomix, Matt Joy, everybody else. Through they go. Atomix runs slightly wide. Padella runs slightly wide. Into the gravel we go. There's going to be some position changes there. We're going to jump to the lead battle now. We have Lewis. We have Jobbers. We have Lamborghini. Into the left hand. There we go for one last time. LZR Lewis leaves that corner. Runs slightly wide. Oh, Lamborghini trying to get the move done on Jobbers as well. But it looks like it's going to be LZR Lewis. We'll quickly jump to this battle further back. Any moves happening here? Wi-Fi password goes down the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Mark and Lewis Kenzie, Jobbers and Lamborghini. They're your top 3. We go to the 4th place position and 5th place position. Oh my word, Atomix made the corner. It's going to be Atomix in P4, Matt Joy in P5, Wi-Fi password in P6, P7 for Mark, P8 for Padella, P9 for Herman, P10 for Baggio. Bill, my word, what a race. LCR Lewis takes that victory though, just from Jomas and Lamborghini. My word, that was fantastic racing. What a way to end the morning splits here. And that does mean Jomas does not get the full points. Does not get the full points, so there's every chance for Swagai and GT Alex later on to get those max points to overtake Jomas in the championship. But what a race we have had there. What a race indeed. There's your provisional race results. Not much usually happens with these race results, so you could probably take these as final at the moment. But LZR Lewis getting those 40 points there for that P1 position, followed by Jomas, then Lamborghini, Antomix in P4, Matt Joy in P5, Wi-Fi password in P6, Mark in P7, P8 for Padella, P9 for Herm, and P10 for Baggio Bill. My word, that was some fantastic racing there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the racing. Now, the stream will be ending in due course, but please tune in later this afternoon, 3 PM British summertime, as we have 2 more splits of Mini Madness for you. The first split being, let me just bring that up on stream for you right now. I won't be a second. Afternoon split number 1, which is later on. That's your afternoon split 1, so you can see the drivers in there, so do make sure you tune in for that race. As I say, it's 3 PM British summer time, so do change your time, wherever you are around the world. You've seen it's global. We've got a mixture of all sorts of drivers from around the world. As you can see here, we've got British, French. I'm not quite sure of the flag Lamborghini, to be fair. I don't know all my flags. We've got Sweden in there. We have Australia in there. It's global. So change your clocks to whatever time that is for your afternoon splits. 4 more splits today. So we got afternoon 3 till 5. And then this evening, it was 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock as well. I think it's 8 o'clock till 10. I'll have to double check that. But even so, some fantastic racing here, guys. I'm going to leave you now for a few hours. Lamborghini is Hong Kong. Thank you. I thought it was Hong Kong, but I didn't want to say that just in case. So yes, Lamborghini is Hong Kong. I'm going to leave you with. I didn't want to leave you with that. What we are going to do, we're going to leave you with the intro as the outro here. Yeah, Leo, I just didn't want to, insult you in any way if I said the wrong flag. I thought it was Hong Kong, but I wasn't too sure. But as I say, guys, that was some fantastic racing, and I'm going to leave you with the intro now. For Mini Madness, and I will see you at 3 PM.